You want to know how I spread the joy? And I want to know if you think you could do what I do. I've lost track of time. All the days are the same. The stress is always the same. And the joy remains. So, what was it? The other night, I got one headlight out. I actually just had to come down and check my front end. Fix that, found out, it was a $25 light bulb. I was pretty sure it was a loose connection. I was able to fix the loose connection, only to find one of the parts of the headlamp is broken. So now it's going to point, I got the lamp to work, but now it's going to be pointing down at the ground. It is what it is. So at least I got two lights on. I can't get a ticket. Well, I'm sure I can. But anyway. So I've run my truck into the ground, and I can't keep up with it. I'm busting my ass. I got $1,500 for a bike that I let my son's buddy use that stood up to his parents and got himself removed out of the house, and he's living with the ex. So my son has a buddy over at the house, but he got it stolen. I got $1,500 for it. It's okay, so I bought my tires with it, and I don't know where else it went. Just like poof, gone. Without getting my front end done, I did get the tires. I couldn't afford to get the tires on, and then I got T-boned in the truck. And remember, I'm doing this Uber nonsense 10, 12 hours a day, and you never know what you're gonna make. It's always peanuts. I made $360 one day, first time in a long time since last winter, I think. But it took me 12 hours to do it. And I have, I got T-boned. I got $1,600 for that. Poof, gone. I did get my tires put on because they were slicks. And we had rain coming. I didn't want to put the tires on until I got the front end done because excessive wear and tear, but with rain coming in, I had to get the tires put on, and the truck was just getting dangerous with how I mean, no tread cords weren't showing yet, but I had some slashes going across, and it's like, yeah, I just got to put these tires on. So I haven't got my front end done. So I got my tires on, but my front end is still a mess. That's $1,600 worth of labor. There's not a chance in hell I can do it, so I'm going to do it on my own. And, I got my buddy Max going to come over and help me. He's loving working on cars. The guy didn't know how to change a battery, and I showed him how to change a battery. And, we inspected his brakes, so we took all his tires off, pulled the brakes out, and he was having a ball. And it turns out that Max is buddies with somebody over at a tire shop, so I might actually, it looks like I'm going to get the truck in a shop to do this, which is going to be way nicer for one, besides the fact that we're going to have some warm climate to work in. We got a lift, and we can put it up at the height that's most convenient for us. So that's going to be awesome, but that's not until next week. My four-wheel drive is out. My check engine light's been on 2 years. I've done that. I got my tire pressure monitor system that's down. My oil pressure is scaring me because it seems to be a little down. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. So I'm running around. I'm going through about a gallon of antifreeze a day because I can't afford the $200 radiator. Did some awesome attempts to fix them, but there's just more leaks. I patched one successfully, only to discover another one. I patched that, only to discover another one. So now I'm putting a gallon a day of AC in there. I mean, coolant in my radiator. What else? Yeah, I've got axle seals leaking, so as far as I know, there's no fluid in my front differential, so I don't know what's left of my differential. At least I'm not running my four-wheel drive without any fluid, which is all connected to doing the front end. Once I get that done, I can get that all taken care of. But it means I got to take a day off to do it, which means I don't make whatever, $100, $13, $300. Yeah, I can't afford that, but I got to get my front end done. So just as I finish filling up my coolant, my ABS light comes on, and then my brake, the ABS is yellow, so I don't have my automatic braking system. It's not quite, it's yellow. it's not red, so I figured it's not that hazard. And I've had that on before and gotten an interesting kickback on the pedal, but the brakes worked. And then I went to do a delivery yesterday. Scaring me running the brakes. I checked the fluid seems to be up, so I'm thinking it's a sensor, so not that big a deal, but I don't know. Maybe my brakes go out, maybe they don't. We shall see. As far as I can tell, the mechanics of it work, so it's a sensor. The other brake one, that's red, and it's got the P and another one with an apostrophe, so I don't know what's going on. And then I get a clunk in my... so after that, you can imagine the stress I'm under. I'm driving a truck that I don't know if it's a deathmobile, if I'm going to take somebody out, wreck my truck, lose my home, and just living with the fact that it might break at any minute. And I don't have the resources to fix it. Well, depending on what it is, but I might not be able to diagnose it because I don't have the OBD, work on that stuff. But this is a level of, so I'm driving around, I'm hearing my front end clunk, I'm here, I know my front end's out, I got all these lights out, it's looking like a friggin' Christmas tree. And at any minute something could go, and I'm like, oh man. And that's just a constant. It's not going to go away until I have the resources. Put it in a shop, fix the damn thing, will you? So the brake light comes on, my heart drops, I'm panicking, and I got another pickup. Went in there and said, how are you? And showed him the order, and I said the name and Uber pickup, and he goes back into the kitchen and comes back, and it's going to be about 15 minutes. It's like, man. Well, I guess I'm going to cancel this and let the next driver pick up. And a smile came across his face, and he got up and he came over and he said, I want to shake the hand of the only polite driver that's been in here. It's like, wow, because I don't see it. I don't know what it's like for them. I see other drivers come in and they don't seem to be met, but apparently I was the only polite driver he's ever seen. And I did that under extreme duress with all of this, my financials, wondering what the hell's going to go, having possibly lost my boy to, I screwed him out of living with me. I can't, I have no economic viability for him to appreciate, whatever it is. He's going through some stuff and we're going through some stuff. He's 15. This could be perfectly normal. It's not what I was expecting. I'll probably get into some of that. It's still pretty acute, so I'm not sure exactly how to talk about it. Plus, it involves someone else. It's not just talking about me. So, to sit here in this kind of duress and still spread the joy, be the most polite delivery driver he has ever seen, is my superpower. I'm too joyous to let fail. You want me on this planet. The difference I'm making, right now it's minor, but I touch a lot of lives, and that's what I do. That's what I want to continue doing. And I would love to have the resources to help people out, to start doing union organizing between the Starbucks up here. I'm not a union guy. They know me as the joyous customer with one-man protest, and I got a lot of them, and I think like me, and certainly seem, But anyway, to live under this kind of stress and to still be this joyous, this committed to improving humanity, just by being nice to people. The dignity, the humanity, give it to everybody.